I ended up watching the whole Sneako and ABBA debate that they were having because of the video that ABBA released, I think a day or 2 days ago. And I got a couple of things I really want to say. So first off, we're going to start off with, because I have timestamps here, things that I really want to talk about. So first off, we're going to start off at the 2-minute mark. So let's go ahead and talk about this. What do I have as my notes? All right, so let's talk about this.
Why are you coming in so hostile, man? I understand why you're doing it. It's good content. Your viewers like to see it. They're like, yeah, Abba, you're the moral police. You stay consistent, Abba. You make me feel better.
Okay. All right. So let's get started. Speaking about me is so, it works, whatever, your passive aggressive voice. You realize the video that I did on you that has the highest amount of views is one in where I agree with you and I show you love?
No, the recent one, though, like the last 3 you did in the past week.
What about the last 3 I did? I just told you, you made the claim that negativity sells, so I understand why you did it, for the views or whatever. And I'm telling you that the highest viewed video that I have actually talking about you and what you were doing is a video where I show you love. So what is your reply?
What's the video where you show me love?
The video in which you were confronting some feminists on one of your 1-minute podcast interviews.
You were showing me love?
I was agreeing with you. I was literally going against the person that you were talking about and saying why you were making sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Right now, at this point, it's very profitable to say, like, well, I told you so, Sneako. You should have listened to me.
See, this is the thing with Sneako. Sneako, he jumps from one idea to another. Sneako makes the claim that he's just being negative right now, and negativity sells. And ABBA was trying to say no, because it doesn't sell. What sells, he doesn't even know what sells, because a video that got a lot of views is a video where ABBA is actually being positive and agreeing with Sneako. But now Sneako is saying, no, right now it's the time to make money off of me. They're like talking about me negatively, like that makes money right now. Like, bro, the video that he's agreeing with you still has about 1 million views on it. He jumps onto the next one and says, no, like now I'm talking about now. It's profitable to jump on me. Like, you weren't saying that before. You were just saying that negativity sells. And then he moves the goalpost. So this is kind of what Sneako does, and this is kind of how he rationalizes things. And the thing is, bro, like, I'm not too mad at Sneako. I am a little disappointed on him, because even at his age, I remember being like that. How old is he? Like 21, 22? So I remember, being kind of stubborn like that. People would try to tell me things and I wouldn't want to listen. But then again, it totally depends on how somebody explains it to you and how somebody communicates it to you. Because I know there's people out there who think that, like, they like to tell themselves, like, oh, I'm gonna just tell you straight up how it is. That's just the way I am. Like, no, dude, that's not how it's supposed to be. Because really, you're supposed to find a way to communicate it to a certain individual. You can't just communicate everything the same way to everybody. Especially when everybody has different personality types. You're not gonna go up to let's say maybe even a football player. He likes when you amp them up, by using negativity. Like, come on, like, you're gonna be a little pussy. What are you gonna do, huh? That's all you got? And then it pumps them up, For another person, it might not even work like that. Like, it might cut their self-esteem because they feel like you don't believe in them. So everybody's different in a way. And I know that those are really bad examples, but again, these aren't really well thought out. These are just kind of like off the cuff ideas that I'm just bringing out. Okay, so please, if you're talking about like, oh, that's a bad analogy, well, the truth is that I'm just winging it. Okay, I'm not sitting here trying to like think about this, because this is gonna be over like within the next week or two. So I mean, it's not really worth putting all that thought into this if like nobody's really gonna be talking about this anymore. But nonetheless, yeah, Sneako just kind of moves the goalpost. That's a problem that I feel like he has to be more self-aware, which is crazy because he has this reputation for being self-aware. I mean, they used to say that he was a very self-aware kid when he was only producing content at the age of 12 or 13. Like, where's that self-awareness now? It's almost like he's been just captured by the red pill matrix, which is crazy because he doesn't think that's a matrix, but that is a matrix within itself. Because they have like this blueprint as to how to live your life principally. So yeah, anyways, he has a new channel if you guys want to watch it here. This is the one. Just go ahead and subscribe to it if you guys want. Okay, so the next one is 6 minutes. Okay, so Sneako is pissed. I think that's what I have in my notes, right? Let me see. Everyone is against me. Okay, yeah, so.
Could have told me instead of making another hit piece video, like, well, everyone's against me right now, while Big Tech's against me, all these soy boys, you could have sent a text or a call before making all these videos.
Hold up. So I texted you before I talked about the DJ academic stuff, and I texted you before. You remember I texted you, and I barely talked about you in that video. 1, 2. I didn't even make this video until you called me and you said, yo, how can we talk about this but not by deplatforming? I said, oh, well, if you want me to talk about the deplatforming, then I will. I didn't make the video before then. You told me to talk about it, and now that I've talked about it, you're like, well, why did you make a video about it?
I didn't tell you to talk about it. I said that on a commentary channel where you frequently talk about drama and that people you know in the community, that may be talking about how this is a problem that everybody can get wiped from all these platforms. And then also single out something that makes me look bad and makes it look like I'm committing essay on camera. That's really not the reason. I was banned off of pretty much every single social media site. It has nothing to do with that. I think that's a bigger issue than trying to equate it to like I told you so or fresh and fit. That's too simple of a video. But I understand it does well for your audience.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right,
I did it for the views. Anything else?
Sneako really has to get out of this like cynical mindset of that people are only doing this for views. Dude, we're not doing it for views. I was a fan of you, bro. You think I'm gonna make a video on you just because of views? Dude, I want to talk about it because I actually care about you, bro. And I'm sure that in my own video, I actually addressed that I want you to win, you know, and people wanted you to win. And I was kind of upset and disappointed at the fact that you were just kind of upset at everybody for not making a video on you. You know, you like that whole thing of like Apple and Peach. I'm sure you guys know because like I think they've addressed it, but that's a slight diss. That's a diss that goes around the atmosphere, the community of Fresh and Fit. You know, like we care about you. We're not doing this for views. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this, but there was this one time where I think this was a video that Abba and Preach made 2 years ago. And in that video, Abba, I cannot remember what video it was, and they upload almost every day. So to try to find that little segment is going to be impossible to find. But there is this clip of Abba and Preach, especially Abba, where he said, I don't like when people ask me an opinion or ask for my opinion, because when I give my opinion, I go raw, dog. I don't hold back. There, none of this, you know, beat around the bush type of stuff. No, I go in raw and I give it to you because you ask my opinion. If you don't want me to give you an opinion, an honest opinion, I won't give you one. But don't be surprised that when I give you one, you don't like it. When he told Abba to make a video on the whole banning, that whole deplatforming stuff, he thought that he was gonna get a positive video. That whole thing on like the whole essay with like Chad, yeah, like I feel like Abba kind of went a little too hard on Sneako, you know, and I feel like Sneako's very upset about that. Like the whole video, if you just look at it, it's very it's a little negative, you know, but that's just how Abba is. Like Abba, he said this on video that this is how he's gonna give it to you. Like he's not holding back. You can't be too mad at Abba for doing that, because Abba, again, like, you know, he's warned people not, don't ask for my opinion because I'm gonna give it to you raw. I can understand why Sneako's mad here. So, but it's not for the views, bro. It's not. You asked for it, apparently.
What do you think that you did wrong to contribute to your situation?
Of getting banned off of every social media platform?
Yes.
Tell the truth.
Okay, I heard you speak about COVID stuff or election stuff. You didn't know what you were talking about 95% of the time. I think there's a giant difference between someone's talking about edgy research or things that are counter to the popular narrative, and then what you were doing was just rambling about shit you didn't know about. Yeah, you sounded like a loony conspiracy theorist half the time you spoke about these. And if somebody else won't tell you, I will. So I'm not surprised they nailed you for that. There's sympathetic cases in which I think people make sensible cases against the COVID narrative, but you're not one of them. You were never one of them. You skipped so much about it.
This information is being posted all the time online. You can make an Earth is Flat documentary. You can make all these conspiracy theories, but why are only certain conspiracy theorists labeled as harmful, and why are only certain conspiracy theorists taken off and removed? If you think I sound like a lunatic, but why is it that mine is the one that gets removed and other people it's fine?
No,
I think it depends on the platform, and not only that, it depends on how many people you're influencing. But let's see what Abba says.
Oh, people who spread nonsense conspiracies get removed off YouTube every day. They just don't get to be as big as you. They didn't come in on the platform on some other shit where they were doing 1 minute podcasts that were like very kosher, and then once they had a big platform, all of a sudden they start talking loony conspiracies. But I can assure you, YouTube removes every single day a bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists who talk just as bad as you, if not much worse.
Yep. And the thing is that with the smaller YouTubers, like a lot of times smaller YouTubers are the ones that post like these crazy misinformation sessions, and so like YouTube can't keep track of all of that, so there'll be people who, you know, report it or mass report, and then that's how they get discovered. So yeah,
Say that was nonsense.
Bro, if I'd have watched you talk about COVID, I knew you didn't know what you're talking about.
What? Tell me something specific.
Bro, I'm not gonna.
And this is the next thing that I wanted to talk about, like how this is something that he always does. Like again, like he has like this mentality of just like pure cynicism, because he feels like this is a god. I feel like this. Like I feel like when Sneako does this, I feel like he thinks in his mind that this is like a got you. Right now, he's gonna try to corner Abba because he's trying to say, all right, show me an example. Show me an example that I'm spreading misinformation or that I'm saying bad, you know, COVID misinformation, which is crazy because even he knows that that's what he got banned for, and he knows that he's been saying that, but he's gonna still test Abba just because he wants to corner him, or I don't know why he does it. I feel like it's just instincts for him to do it, but I don't know why he does it.
Pull up the clips. I just tell you
then
that.
don't say it's nonsense. Don't overwrite it as like lunatic conspiracy theories if you can't say one thing I said that's nonsense.
Well, so I mean, hold on. So because I do a lot of vaccine studying, so like basically every comment you made about vaccines was like calling it the jab, saying that it was like government mandated shit that wasn't going to help you or make you feel any better. I don't know if you used the word poison ever in regards to it, but like basically everything you had to say about it was even like it. So like here's like a comparison I make, and I hate this guy and I disagree with him, but have you heard of like Brett Weinstein?
Yeah.
That dude is I'm pretty sure that guy is pretty vaccine skeptic, and he's talked about a lot of vaccine related issues, but I think he's still on. I think he literally has a show on YouTube. But he probably brings up like a lot of the points that filter down to you, but he says it in a way less inflammatory way. It doesn't sound like he's just like going crazy, like screaming about vaccine.
It's not really what you say, it's how you say it. Because Abed cannot give any specifics. He says overall it's nonsense, it's conspiracy theories, lunatic garbage. But if I'm saying similar things to Brett Weinstein and I removed it, it's pretty much
No. What you just said.
how you say it, not what you say.
What you
if it
just
hurts
said.
Feelings, if it triggers the bots, then they're going to remove it.
Yes.
If I'm too aggressive, if I'm too mean about it, then they got to remove it because people get.
Yeah, but what you just said is that's not only true on YouTube. That's true in life, right? Like how you say things sometimes is more important than what you say. In fact, you should know this from like your pickup artist shit, right? Or from like red pill stuff in terms of talking to women or whatever. Like sometimes it's not exactly what you say. Sometimes it's how you say things. But that's true everywhere. There's no place in life where that's not true, right? Like if I got a guy that I'm talking about and some guy's like, oh, is this guy very smart? And I'm like, of course he's not smart. He's a dumb fuck, right? That sounds a lot different than somebody saying like, is that guy smart? And I'm like, oh, well, you know, like he comes from like a really background. The guy never went to school, single mom or whatever. You know, like, yeah, he doesn't know a lot about finance. Now I'm saying the same thing, but it's way fucking different, right? Somebody's gonna hear the first thing and lose their mind. They're gonna say, oh yeah, shit, okay, of course I understand, right? Even if it's the same thing, like how you phrase things or how you approach things. It's not so much that you're giving different information, it's that it makes the intention behind the information look a lot different. So like there are some vaccine skeptic people that like I hear them talk and I hate what they say, but it's probably coming from like a decent place, like a well-meaning place. But there are other vaccine skeptic people I hear where it's like, oh, this guy's just like filled with like vitriol and hate, and that's all he's about.
And I think that makes a like that whole thing that just like what Destiny just said right now, I think it's absolutely important in how you say it. And that's kind of like what I want to talk about with Abba, because Abba, like he has like this mentality of like, I'm gonna give it to you raw. I feel like this is what he did when he made that Sneako video. Like I feel like at the same time this is kind of Abba's fault at the same time, because dude, like the way you went in on that video just made it seem like you were just going all in on Sneako. You know what I mean? So it depends on how you say it as well. I think that if you would have just, I think took a bit of time to really like understand what was going on, then I mean you could have given a lot more effective, a more, I wouldn't say lenient, I would just say more efficient, more effective video than just going in there and just like ripping Sneako apart. Because I mean I felt like that's practically what you did, you know? Like even when I saw those videos, like that video of Sneako dissing Abba, like he was just calling him Apple and Peach, you know, like that is a diss, but it ain't, I don't think it's worth what you did to him, you know, in that video. Like you kind of just, the way you said it, what did kind of make him look like he was committing SA, like in that, because I made a video on Sneako too talking about the Chad situation, and I was like, I don't even know how to feel about this, dude. Like, you know, I feel like I'd rather just stay away from that situation because I just don't know how I feel. I don't know what to say. I don't want to say it's SA either because we know who Sneako is. Would he do that? No. But then again, he is influencing people. So what if he influenced those people to think that that's okay? You know, so it's stuff like that. It's just too much. So I'd rather just not give an opinion on that at all, even though it does look bad on Sneako at the same time. And then 1750 is where he like just abruptly ends everything. So I'll leave it here.
We're not computers. We usually come away from a feeling. We usually come away from an event with a certain feeling or emotion about it, and that's all we really take with
I like
us.
how Abba did going into this call, with a lot of emotion, a lot of feelings about how I'm stupid, but nothing to back.
Well,
it
no.
up.
Hold on. To be clear, wait. Abba came to this call to argue. Really? Did he really just? Oh, he mad.
He said that Abba came in here with nothing to back it up. See, that's the thing, Sneako. Like, you're just too cynical, man. You don't trust your own friends. Like, you really think you're. But then again, Abba did kind of make that video, and I could see how Sneako would be turned off from listening to Abba. But then again, I'm not even surprised that he kind of does this, because if you really know Sneako, I'm a fan of Sneako, and I've seen him being quite consistent with his behavior. He also did it to he also does it to Destiny as well. Whenever they're having like their one-on-ones on stream, he'll do it too. Like, he's just very cynical. Like, he needs you to provide actual evidence to get him on that. But even if you do, he still just kind of switches it up. He'll just agree with what he did and say, no, I did that because of this. Like, it's just, you just really can't win with Sneako, you know. Sneako just has that like young mindset. He's still pretty young. Well, he's not that young. He's like 21, 22. So he's really close to our age. But nonetheless, you just can't win with Sneako. I think that just giving him some time, he will understand. He'll come to terms with it. Hopefully, at least. Because whenever Andrew Tate says something, he kind of tends to just go with it. And they talk about it here in the video. I already watched the entire video, but I'm not going to spoil it all. I want you guys to go and watch it yourselves, because I want to make sure that you guys have the full context. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave this in the description below. Go check it out, man, and come up with your own solutions. Other than that, I'm pretty much done talking about this. Go check it out, see what they have to say.